Hello together! Thanks for stopping by at my video. If you don't know me, my name is Tanja. Today I'm recording a video about my makes from April. I'm a little bit behind, sorry. I have 3 things to show you, and I began even sewing a 4th one, but that isn't finished yet because it's not weather appropriate, so I will show it to you in probably my June makes or my July makes. Okay, a few short words before I begin. I wanted to thank you for all your support because I just realized that I have over 700 subscribers now, and I wanted to say a big thank you because I would have never believed that when I started with YouTube that so many of you would like my videos, and yeah, that definitely gives me the motivation to make more of them. So let's begin with my makes. The first make is a blouse because I realized I have hardly any blouses. I have probably 2 bought ones but no self-made one. So I showed you this fabric already in my big spring fabric haul, and I sewed a long sleeve blouse with a keyhole detail here in front. So what I did to construct this blouse was taking 3 different patterns from burda style and from fashion style, from other blouses, and mixing them together to this bodice with long sleeves. So the basic bodice is the one from my butterfly ruffle blouse. I just lengthened it and extended it here to make it appropriate for long sleeves. I then took another burda pattern. It was an overlay to create these holes here. That one on the back I did myself, and then I drafted facing for everything. So you see here it's faced. And the sleeves are from another blouse, from some fashion style blouse. I'll link all of these blouses below. At the end of the sleeves and the bottom I sewed a tunnel and inserted elastic because I think it was an appropriate way to finish these blouses. Just because, do you know that when you construct something yourself and you have a plan and then you sew it and then you look at the fabric and how it actually turns out, and then you're like, oh no, it has to be way shorter, or it has to sit completely different at the end of the sleeves or the bottom, or yeah, at the end. At the beginning I planned to make a binding for the sleeves like this, with probably another set of tie strings at each sleeve end. But in the end I put elastic there because it just fitted better to this garment. The fabric is a lovely viscose. Since it's finished, I have worn this already a few times, and I totally love to wear this because firstly it fits perfect, and secondly it's quite one of a kind in my wardrobe because it has these boho orientally feel to it, which no other garment has in my wardrobe. So yeah, I kind of like making one-of-a-kind pieces. Okay, make number 2 is something quite special to me. I'll show it to you first. It's this top with 3/4 sleeves and a square neckline, which was clearly inspired by the Vanessa Poussey wanted top, but it's not that pattern. It's a hack from Megan Nielsen's Rowan, which came out just a few weeks before I sewed this up, and I don't have a basic, or I don't had a basic t-shirt top pattern at this time. I just hacked the first go on this pattern up and inserted a square neckline because I had seen so many of the Vanessa Poussey tops around, and I totally like the style and the idea because it's just something different. You have seen tons of v-necks and scoop necks and turtlenecks, but nothing like this. So yeah, I wanted something like this to have in my wardrobe, and I realized it with this beautiful fabric. and the fabric is actually the thing that means something to me about this top, or means the most to me, because I got this fabric from a top which belonged to my grandma, and she passed away this winter, and I didn't get much from her. I got a few pieces of jewelry, but they're not quite my style, and since my family knows that I can make something out of old garments, they gave me all or some of the more beautiful and more modern things and prints out of her wardrobe. And this was a pullover before, just a basic sweatshirt, and since my grandma was a little bit bigger than me, or larger, yeah, I could upcycle it into a top for my own, and yeah, even get the bands for the neck out of it. And I think it's cool to have this top from my grandma to wear now for me, and to look stylish in it, and yeah, to have something from her which I can wear and think of her every time I wear it. So yeah, that's the reason why this make had to work, and I'm so happy it worked, and that it looks good, and that everything worked out, even if it was a hack and I didn't do a twirl for it. And yeah, so that's why this piece is so special to me. And I've worn it a few times since I made it, which was 2 months ago, and yeah, I really like it. I'm even impressed that I got the corners here nearly to sit flat, because I didn't really know how to sew them, and it was quite a struggle, but in the end I mastered it. And yeah, overall, to come back to the pattern, the Megan Nielsen Rowan, I think it's an absolutely great pattern, and I already love it. I made a second version of it, a short sleeve top, which you'll see in my next video, my next makes video for next month. And yeah, it fits great. I should have probably cut it a size bigger just to allow a little more ease, but yeah, I really love it. And the sleeves are pretty much the 3/4 sleeves from the pattern, and I shortened it a little on the bottom, but yeah, no serious alterations besides the neck. And last but least, make number 3. It's another upcycled make. That month was the month of upcycling, I guess, and I already told you a few months back that I wanted to make an Aran skirt out of an old pair of jeans, and I tried that and I totally failed. It just looked not good, and the way the pockets are placed on the Aran skirt, it just didn't work out for me, and not for the jeans, because I just had a little bit less jeans than I needed. So yeah, it didn't work out. So I took this one and I upcycled it freehand. So what I did was basically cutting off the insides of the legs here, and then I cut open the crotch areas as well, on the front and on the back. On the back up until here. And since these jeans were a little bit too small for me, I pulled it a little bit up so that it is high-waisted now, and before they sat at the hip, so they had immediately more space for me and my butt and everything. And the problem I had then was that the zip, which first went just to here, had now to be longer and go till here, so that you were able to take it on and off. And I ripped out the old zip and inserted this new one, which I luckily had, and in a matching color. And then I had the problem that this thing here was sitting like this, so I put a tiny bit of Velcro here so you can fasten it. And yeah, and then I took the bit I cut off here at the legs to make the front and the back insert. And the last thing I did was putting the pockets from here to here, because since I have pulled it up in the skirt version, the pockets were so high that I couldn't put my hands into it, and I like putting my hands into my pockets when I'm standing. Don't know, I think that is kind of relaxing. So I ripped the pockets off and sewed them on again, and I kind of like this look now. So since I first saw this trend on people who I think are total hipsters, I call this skirt my hipster skirt, because it reunites all of these trends with here the panels and the deconstructed pockets and light wash denim, and you know, looks a bit retro and upcycled and DIY'd, and yeah, it is DIY. Alright, these were the 3 garments I made, or I finished, in April, and I began with a 4th one, which is for my KB pattern swap. The pattern Natasha sent me. It is a pattern from Cotton and Chalk for dungarees and a pinafore dress, and I chose to make the pinafore out of checked cotton fabric. I haven't finished it because the weather first was too cold to wear it, and then it suddenly turned so hot that I would have to make summer blouses and stuff like this, which would work in warmer weather because I didn't have summer tops. So I kind of didn't get around to finish it. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like, and if you aren't subscribed yet, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!